always been stellar,
3, 2,
has been talked
1,
about the least by the upper echelon of players of other regions when thinking about South America. And this might be finally the event that makes people start thinking about Lores in the same tier as Kaina and in the same tier as West. So here we go. It's Lores versus Godly. Last time this went all the way to the wire. Let's see if it happens again as Lores is opening up with Spear against Godly's Spear. Keep in mind this time, Godly not starting with the Mordex like he did in the previous set before he inevitably switched over to Chun-Li.
Yeah, immediately Spear Mirror right from the start, but still getting tagged by that down signature. And Lores, again, these juggling nairs. All right, so that's been a big part of his game plan, right? Is just constantly juggling with the neutral airs and the neutral lights.
Yes.
Trying to keep you from getting your feet back on the ground at all costs.
Yeah, no, Laura is great at juggling with those moves. And then when he gets people onto the ground, okay, great punish out of the down sig.
Perfect.
Hey, that's been the #1 vulnerability. It's almost like it is almost like a single-player boss fight with how often Godly's like holding up the down sig, and like the orb in the center is like the weak point, and you have to snipe it, and then you get a bunch of free damage, right? Like we've kind of been seeing that from his Chun-Li all weekend. Hasn't been stopping him from winning though, right? But good punish from Lores nonetheless.
Yeah, and I do like, we've seen a couple different ways to punish that today, right? Fully charged signatures, just some general down lights for like minimal stuff, maybe a side light.
Bo's probably got the easiest time.
Yes, yes. And it was like identified, yep, he's within the knockout range. I don't need to do anything super fancy or complex. And he's actually managed to turn that into almost a full stock lead here. He's got Godly into the red on second stock.
Yeah, this is a very good start coming out from Lores. Certainly much more warmed up throughout the day, if that's the kind of player that he is, just ramping up through all the games they had to play. Because when he fought Godly, it was very, very close to the beginning of the day. And now we're here in top 4. Godly trying to bring the damage back into his favor with a sidelight. Nice weapon throw, and like catches the spot dodge because of that choice. But Lores picks up the bow, and he's looking for those juggles once again. And Godly actually reversals him into a double Nair Sair. Oh, that gravity cancel down would have been so good for the edge guard, but Lores spaces around it and Sairs him for the spike.
Yeah, managed to stop Godly before he could stymie the damage, be able to bring that back. So he's got a little bit of a lead, but I don't know, you actually got to turn that into something for it to count.
Sair edgeguard and a weapon throw. Gravity cancel D like ground pound could be huge there, but Lores gets above his head, gets the Nair recovery, and that's a ton of damage, and he makes it back to stage. Godly doesn't get the edgeguard, and Lores dodges out of the way of the ground pound for a double Nair punish. So much extra damage coming out from Lores. This could just lead to a 2-stock at this rate. Godly trying so hard to finish off the stock, and Lores dodging every single opportunity.
Yeah, off of that side light, he has dodged up, he's dodged down. Right now, he's got a little bit of a sandwich going on. First time was down, next was up, next is down, and now he's getting knocked out downwards.
But it was only after all those directions were chosen, dodged the Sair at the spot dodge, and then tried to finish the stock with the end sig. I like the attempt there. Godly was able to reversal it, but look at how much damage Godly took. Sidelight comes through, and then he baits out the spot dodge, gets the recovery right afterwards. Lores so good at reacting and reading Godly's habits that Sair is just going to be enough from center, and that is a near, I think he took like a weapons throw worth of damage to avoid getting the JV2 there. But, I mean, it might as well have been really clean game 1.
Yeah, solid victory. Never really seemed like he was in trouble, never on the back foot. Just kind of always had answers piling up, and just worked out to a big lead at the end.
And we're going right into game 2, keeping the Spear Ditto going strong. And I think Godly's just kind of like, okay, I still feel like this is the right choice. We're going to Demon Island for game number 2. I think this is a little volatile between both of these players, because we've seen Lores have success with his game plan of we didn't see too much down sig heavy gameplay from that previous game, but I think that opens up the window for that going onto the ledges here on this stage. We'll see if that matters, as Godly and Lores already start off the game fighting off the right side of the stage. 2 Sairs in a row. He's just going to steal the stock from Lores from a very, very uncharacteristic wake-up jump, right? That's that's brutal.
I mean, Godly, he sniped out those options perfectly in time, and it was a, 15-second knockout. So if you're looking to stop that momentum Lores gained from game 1, that's how you do it.
Yeah, it's like one of the first lessons that you learn when you're climbing in Brawlhalla ranked, where it's just kind of like, oh yeah, if I spam jump out of hitstun every single time, I might just lose my stock in yellow.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you've spent all of your jumps, you'll get one of them back when you get hit.
Yeah.
But you don't get them both back.
Nope, you don't. And if your dodge is gone, you can say goodbye to that stock. Godly now bringing Lores deep into the red. Lores had an opportunity to maybe equalize the stocks, but at this rate, I think Godly's just going to take the momentum and run with it. I thought that was going to be a ground pound, but Godly didn't think that he was high enough for it. And the gravity cancel sidelight read does not work out. Good punish onto the down signature, and Godly might go up 3-1 here in game number 2.
Oh my gosh, helicopters ablaze. Everybody trying to go for it.
Exhausted recovery after exhausted recovery. The only thing exhausted about that is the distance. The power is still there, as you can see. Laura's getting a D-Light recovery to get that stock, but Godly could just run in with a slide charge down heavy. I feel like he... Okay, gravity. Okay, you downline into recovery, just as good there. Doesn't have to go for such a committal option as a unarmed signature, and he goes up 2-1.
Yeah, now this is just such a drastic change so quickly. What do you think it is that's really putting Godly over the edge for game 2?
I think getting that Sarah knockout at yellow destroyed Loras. And then afterwards, Godly was just doing what he was doing in the previous game, except now, you know, you're stock down. So keeping it close is not good enough. Loras has to do just as good of a stock back, and Loras is not that kind of player outside of getting a bow ground pounded works, right? It's not... He doesn't get those really early stocks. And Godly, well, I mean, at this rate, it's a 2-stock, and Loras is probably thinking about his next game.
Oh my gosh.
Weapon throw comes through, can't even make the stage. That's it. Godly takes game number 2 convincingly.
That is a go next situation.
Sometimes it happens. We talked a little bit about this in between the blocks, where I was like, in other situations in other games, which is kind of uncommon in Brawlhalla, you could sometimes have a map where you're just kind of like, yeah, this is a throwaway game in a best of 5. Like we were talking about the difference between people who are like never trying to drop a game, but also like realizing that they have 5 games to win 3 out of. And the players that can look at those situations and go like, okay, yeah, I got severely outplayed here, but I know that's not going to happen again. They can just go next into the next game because it is 1-1.
Yeah,
and Loras bans out Demon Islands immediately.
Yeah, I think that is a great call, because Godly just had complete mastery, complete stage control at every second of that game.
And those down 6 have only gone punished so far. He's tried to use a few of them to come back, and then Godly was just hitting them. Even if it's just like an unarmed recovery here or there,
it adds up.
It's not coming close to working. So we're going to Miami Dome for game number 3.
Oh, all right, getting some high platforms on here.
Yeah, one of the few stages where Spear Downlight doesn't really cover, right?
Yeah.
And that would usually be the argument for a lot of other stages when it comes to like, Spear Downlight is going to be able to cover the stage without having to gravity cancel for it, but no, they have to really jump to commit to these places. So let's see how Godly and Loras play around the difference in terrain here, which is quite different from Demon Islands.
Pogos making Godly get ahead by just a little bit of damage. Laura's answering back with a spear combo of his own into that corner guard. We've seen him really just turn corner guards into massive advantage, but Godly fighting his way back.
Yeah, sidelight comes through. Nice dash jump, side air. Recovery, however, will catch Godly right over the lip of the stage, and then he finds that nair. Loras has been loving going for these double spear nairs where like he gets the rising hit that knocks Godly to the side, and then the falling hit in the same jump almost that gets that nair afterwards. And that side air catches Godly at the very end of it. And no, I thought Loras was going to gravity cancel.
Oh my gosh. I was looking for the gravity cancel downlight into the ground pound. You know, the old classic, the standby.
I wonder if he was like waiting to react to a move. Whatever the case was.
Think so.
He doesn't. Godly ended up not doing anything, and then he just fell down to his demise. Godly taking the lead here, and now getting even more damage with no dodge there. Godly's just wait for the landing, and that sidelight nair is guaranteed.
All right, manages to reverse that side air, get Godly off stage. But again, Godly hasn't seemed to have any real trouble getting up over this corner every single time.
Neutralite hits. Loras is going for that anti-air style, but I really think you only get a lot of mileage with that with the lead. And Godly ready for the Agno, goes for the weapon throw, can get the edge guard here, ground pound, dodge narrowly out of the way. Can Loras get the reversal, puts it the down stick, and Godly jumps right past it. That's the D-Light ground pound. Godly up 3-1 again, and Loras.
This is unreal.
I really feel like Loras is like getting stuffed in one offstage interaction, and he's just not able to recover in terms of like the momentum. Look at this. He ground pounds all the way off to the right side of the stage, and Godly is like, okay, you want to play that game? I'll play it with you. Recovery comes through, and he's like, I got 2 more.
Jeez. All right, so you were talking about their previous set today.
Yeah.
Kind of being early on before, you know, Loras could get going. Maybe it was before Godly could get going.
That is certainly a possibility. Game 1 definitely was like, wow, Loras is playing pretty good. And then Godly was like, no, he's not. and then he's doing what he's doing right now. I think we've seen 2 unfortunate offstage interactions that just led into Loras not being able to equalize the stocks fast enough, and Godly running away with the lead. He's doing so good at playing well ahead, just waiting up all these wake-up options from Loras. He's kind of putting a lot of desperation. N6, he's getting hit for every single one. This is the lowest accuracy I've seen from Loras' signatures all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's really showing in just how far he has slid down on the damage. All right, we've got a chance. Managed to get Godly down onto final stock.
And this is game 3. Lores had about as big of a deficit like this in his previous set in game 4, and then got the bow ground pound at orange and was able to win the game. And there's no coming underneath the stage in Miami Dome. If you get sent off the bottom of the stage, you've got to come back to that wall that you were on, and that could be so difficult when against bow, especially on arms. A little clash out there. Any trade in damage that doesn't send Lores flying is a win for Lores because he's already at an amount of damage where he'll just go down. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, big side air, not yet enough. Lores has one more chance.
Oh, Pogo could have knocked out there. Falls to the down air. Lores putting out his own. Okay, D-Light side air. Side light comes through, dodges down. Godly doesn't punish it. Another side light, goes for the nair. Godly does dodge the spear recovery. All right, Lores has brought it back. Oh, neutral light.
Oh my gosh!
I thought it was going to knock out. I was like, this is the new Gauntlet End Light. This isn't a knockout move, right? But not
far
quite
enough over on the stage.
It just actually knocks out in red now as opposed to before when it like actually hit as hard as an axe End Light, right? And Lores ends up going down, but does not look too upset. We're going to be going into game 4.
He really brought it back there at the end, so he was getting a handle on it.
And if we could get a single game out of him where he doesn't lose his stock like dramatically on the first go, right? Because that happened in the last 2 games with that offstage edge guard being dropped where he didn't get the gravity cancel down light, and then another one where he just got hit by 2 gauntlet stairs and that was it. We have a high chance for a game 5 here, I think.
Ooh, okay, starting off with some great bow strings. A lot of juggles here.
Yeah, Lores getting hit by that weapon throw, but Godly getting nothing else afterwards. Dash jump, pivot, and light. Tries to put out the end sig. Godly does get caught off the side of the stage. Does jump out of the way of the icicles. Falling there, however, almost leads to a second one, and Lores has got the lead. Down sig here would knock out, but Godly's got to run into it. Gravity cancel side sig. A rare miss from Lores, and Godly sends him all the way off the right side of the stage for wasting that dodge.
All right, Lores, he's looking for that weapon drop, but Godly able to interrupt. Whoa, the breakdance to clear the field and steal the weapon.
In place twice, too. That was interesting. Yeah, I mean, he was so confident that Godly was going to come to him, and he was right. Godly goes down to that move off to the right side of the stage. Lores now back onto the bow, which is what he's been getting most of his leads with against Godly on. And now Godly using that dodge, goes unpunished. But Lores had an opportunity for a huge amount of damage. That's guaranteed at that point because he gravity canceled the downlight, so silent recovery just takes him off the top, and that's going to be an equalizer 2-2.
Now looking for that next weapon drop. It's out behind Godly. Lores manages to sneak in, grab it, and a combo.
Oh, right. Like that. And then he chase dodges. What?
Oh, so slick.
He picks up the spear again. He's going to go for the pogo here. Oh, the dodge just mistimes it. If you dodge to the wall, your iframes end earlier when you come into contact with the wall. Godly didn't touch, though. And he goes down to that ground pound, and he reels back a little bit after that one. Lores.
Okay, well, all right. You were looking for a game where Lores didn't have an early, unfortunate offstage situation.
Yeah. And in fact, we've exchanged it to Godly having one of those. And now it's 2 stocks to 1, and Lores is continuing to dominate. It's been spear nair after spear nair. Godly just can't deal with the move. Nair into gravity cancel. End light will put Lores off stage, but that's hardly enough damage for him to care. Oh, reversal. Yeah, recovery, double pogo. Goes in for the recovery again. Lores so good at knowing when he doesn't think he can hit a downwards hitting move anymore, and he just goes right underneath his opponent, fast falls, and hits a recovery. Tacks on even more damage and continues the edge guard sequence. Sidelight into recovery does catch Lores off guard, but the weight means he didn't have enough height to be able to knock out that damage. That one will do it though. And Godly now has a chance to end this run from Lores here now. Put him into the elimination side.
Yeah, Lores does have a significant lead build, so if he can actually find purchase with some of these signatures he's been hunting with, could seal the deal.
He only needs one. He has not hit many. In fact, any at all, I think, this set so far. He's tried to go for that gravity cancel side sig, but it missed once, and maybe that confidence is gone. Just kidding.
Let's go!
There it is. The Lores coming in strong. It missed once. It's like, surely he won't do it again. Nah, there it is. That is his padded way of finishing off sets, especially with a lead that big, and he looks super confident going into Game 5.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to push it this far and kind of have the turnarounds, even in the games that he was losing, able to bring those last stocks as close as they were, I think he's grooving.
Yeah, and I think I'm concerned for Godly's sake here. If Godly can't, okay, and he is. This is a rare back against the wall. I'm going to try what didn't work because he went down 0-2 with the
Yeah.
Vortex before switching over to the Chun-Li. I think it may have been 1-2 that he went down. So he's going to bring it out. Tai Long, epic crossover from Vortex. Scythe and Gauntlets to Demon Island of all stages. This is where Godly did pretty well. So Laura's left Demon Island open this time, after banning it earlier from a really bad loss in game 2. Now he's going off the side of the stage. Cider comes through, gets the Nair as well. Loras has found his confidence off the right side of the stage against Godly, even up in game 5 so far.
All right, Godly swapping over to the side, gets the dodge read. Oh, but Laura's fast falling out of the neutral light recovery.
Oh. Nair comes through. Lores falls down with that side air, looking for the sidelight opener. Godly not letting him have it, but the Nair sends him in the air, and the end lights could be an anti-air juggle. Goes for the side sig after that sidelight and that weapon throw. Dodged by movement from Lores, but okay, he does make it back to the stage. Gravity cancel side sigs, and Godly tries to punish, but he misses his jump, and they both make it back. Oh, the down sig catches Godly in center. He barely survives, has his dodge still. Laura's unarmed, goes for the down heavy, and Godly avoids that, gets it by the unarmed recovery. Both players just barely can't knock each other out. Finally, Lores, of all players, goes down first.
All right, so Godly opting to start with the gauntlets here. That's where he thinks he's going to get. Oh, yep. Trying to get the most bang for his buck on these strings.
Oh, that might be troublesome. That was a lot of damage that just came out from Godly. Finally, the bow neutral air will take him down. Laura's a little more damage than he'd be hoping for, but throws that weapon up as high as he can. Has the spear ready to go, bow primed. Nair recovery, puts Godly into a good amount of damage, but that side light gets punished by Laura's own side light, and that Nair chased on side air, second Sair, all of his jumps gone, tries to catch the landing with down light, and Godly sweeps in with the down air to be able to get his landing.
I love all of Laura's different options that he has off of tacking a side light.
Yes.
He'll hit you with it, he'll check your dodge.
Sometimes he'll go for a second side light. Gravity canceled right afterwards, right? That we just saw there. Didn't work out, but he has mixed it up all the time. No, Godly! He looks into the face of the blizzard and goes, is this spacing right? And he downlights, but guess what? Scythe downlight makes you take a step forward, and his foot got caught, and that's enough for the rest of the move to come out. Frozen and sent flying off the left side of the stage. Godly is now on winner's bracket, stuck against Lores.
Man, that is brutal.
Oh, he's getting hit by so many Nairs. Recovery does get avoided. Nair brings it back to stage, but Godly looking for an opportunity. Downlight hit, Cider comes through. Every single one of those combos is Godly getting that further away from a victory. Recovery to Nair, dodge out of the way. Okay, Godly gets the reversal, second reversal. He needs like 2 more of those, right? Oh, maybe now it would do it.
Uh-oh, weapon toss, wow, finds its target from all the way up top.
All right, game 5 last stock, just like in pools, but this time it's a top 4. Winner of this goes into grand finals.
Oh, geez.
Loser of this is the elimination bracket with a much tougher path where Sandstorm and Meg D are waiting to fight, and Godly's on the back foot, does land, gets a little bit of damage in, but Laura's with the Nair juggles.
How many more Nairs does it take to get to the center of Godly and knock him off the top?
I think 3. I think there's 3 more. I think that's the answer to that riddle.
3, Mr. Owl.
Neutral light comes through. Side air hits. It would have been better if he kept hitting the Nairs so we could actually finish the bit.
Oh my god, wow! With the disarm off the top there, Lores taking it 3-2, crazy game 5.
And Lores, beyond anyone's expectations, I feel like, is now in the winner side of grand finals, right? Guaranteed top 2. So I do know that there were a lot of predictions that had Lores coming out at 4th, right?
Yeah.
But